Okay. So we're going to start things off with Asmongold just can't believe what Blizzard is changing in World of Warcraft. This is about them like swapping certain paintings of females and whatnot in the game with like bowls of fruit. And I'm very curious to see just how badly it is because I haven't looked into this topic all that much.
So Blizzard is doing the one thing that they know how to do. That they've turned women into fruit. You could maybe say they've objectified them. What?
Turning women into fruit. Can we get some melons? Is that a part of their fruit?
What do you mean they turned women into fruit? What I mean is they literally turned women into fruit. I'm not like fucking, I'm not joking around. I'm not like making.
They actually did this. They legitimately did this. Good job, Blizzard. It's like, yeah. I mean, I think you guys clearly don't even bother like taking any action to improve the lives of your people, which you still haven't done. Like if we go to a better ABK's Twitter, like you still haven't met a single one of their requests, like not a single one. You still haven't met a single one of them. But yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's just let's remove women from our video game. I think that is reasonable. Yes.
Something up. No, I mean they literally did this. This is really what it is. So this is Blizzard's solution to sexism. This is the way they solve the problem with with women here is the fact that they removed them from the game. Why am I upset about this? Because let's just be very clear, okay? This doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Like it doesn't really fucking matter, right? But at the same time, it does. And here's why.
I think it does matter. I think it should matter because I mean you're basically messing with the vision of the original artists to try and gain like brownie points and virtue signaling, which is dumb. It's not only dumb, I think that this is literally insulting to women. Like, tell me one woman that'll be like, yes, I feel vindicated that there's no longer someone posing in a revealing outfit and instead there's a bowl of fruit. It's like, you tell me literally one woman that is happy about this.
It's because whenever you see changes like this in the game, you are no longer playing a fantasy game. You are playing a game that is a vehicle for the ideals and beliefs and goals, morally, of the people that are making it. You are no longer playing a fantasy game. There is no willing suspension of disbelief because these things are being changed for real life sensitivities. These things are being changed in order to accommodate a group of people who probably don't really exist, okay? Because I'm going to be honest. So I've made a number of comments about this on Twitter.
This is very much the truth as well, which is like most of the people who are upset over this, they don't actually play video games. Let's just be completely real, okay? Someone who is upset over this being in a video game is someone that simply does not play video games and is someone that objectively does not like video games and is someone that will never play a video game. Let's just be 100%, as the kids say nowadays, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a stack, or whatever it is the kids say, right? These fucking people don't play video games. They don't. It's just the truth. Someone who gets upset over this does not play a video. What if there was like a strapping fucking, what are they called? The squid people. The big book. I can't believe I forgot their names. Good God, I am so incredibly sleep deprived from that live stream. Jesus Christ, what is their name? The blue guys. What is that? I can't. I'm drawing a massive blank. The Draenei. Like, imagine a big, strapping male Draenei in a loincloth sitting in this same position. I'd be like, hell yeah, dude. That looks awesome. Like, what's the problem? Or even a human. Just put a human in there. An orc. Who cares? It's a fantasy game.
Said was
Embrace
pretty clear. I said this is ridiculous. I had a number of furries that were upset with me. Now, I think that's funny. I'd rather sexualize a woman than an animal, however. Now, I think that's that were upset with me.
You need to get laid, dude? Really? Is it? What a fucking joke. It is a fucking joke. Like, seriously? Because, like, do I even have to explain this? I mean, it's like Venom Punk said. Let's go back to the 50s, you know? Like, I think that from now on, whenever women and men shower, they should wear those ridiculous-looking full suits. Like, let me see if I can actually find an image. Shower outfit 50s. No, it's not coming up. Was it the 50s? I don't know. Was it? Could it be the 20s? Like, I know that there was some time where men and women were not allowed to look at their own bodies. So they were supposed to shower in like these weird ass bathing suits. And, you know, let's go back to that. You know, just like in real life. You shouldn't sexualize women. Therefore, you just shouldn't even look at their bodies. There you go. They shouldn't even look at their bodies.
Me. No, I think that's funny. I'd rather sexualize a woman than an animal, however. No, I think that's a step up. I think that most people see this and they're fucking annoyed. They roll their eyes and they're tired of it.
Yeah.
Because here's what the truth is. You see things like this and you see women, like there's some other examples of this. Let me see if I can find any of the other ones. Oh, they changed this one too. This one's very cute. Now, obviously, like, I think that the new one is an upgrade. Like, I'll be completely honest with you. I think the new one is absolutely an upgrade. However, I think that it was very obvious that they had a big love rocket and it looked more like a dick, and, you know, it is what it is, right? It's definitely better. But in the context of the other changes, it's very clear that this was made because it looked like a penis, right? Like, come on, let's be honest.
It looks like a dildo.
They're like, oh wow, they made all of these graphical changes, and then this one happened too. It's come on, let's call a spade a spade. And so anyway, let me go back over here. I want to find the other one here too. So this is another change that Blizzard has made. And they've removed cleavage from the game. Yes, this is what Blizzard is doing, and this is things that they have changed. They've had this for years, and somehow now it seems like it's a problem. This is an overcorrection, and I think that what it is that it's very simple. These are things that nobody wanted, nobody was asked.
No, you know what this is? This is a complete waste of time. It's just a complete waste of time. How about using your time to fix the fucking game instead of virtue signaling? Oh no, we have to virtue signal that we've changed. You've changed? How about you show me some fucking change inside the office as opposed to whatever this bullshit is supposed to be? Show me some change inside the offices of Blizzard. You know, show me developers saying to people, it's like, hey, you know what? I went to work today and I wasn't scared that I was going to be sexually assaulted, or sexually harassed, or threatened for talking to the media about my concerns about my salary. You know? Show me a developer in Blizzard saying like, hey, you know what? I didn't have to rely on fucking food stamps this week because they're finally paying me right. I can actually afford to eat at the company's cafeteria. You show me someone saying that, and that is worth like way more than whatever the fuck this is. What a waste of fucking... I can't even point out where this fucking painting is. If I wanted to look for this painting in the game, I wouldn't even know where to find it. I mean, I'm assuming from the color scheme, this is potentially something from Scarlet Monastery because it's got red and white, but I don't fucking know. What the fuck, dude?
asking for. Whenever people were saying that Blizzard was sexist and Blizzard was bad and, you know, all of these really bad things that were happening at Blizzard, we weren't talking about the paintings on the wall in the game. We were talking about the manipulation and the sexual exploitation of the people that work there, right? This individual in the painting is not real. She's not being sexually exploited. This is not a problem. Nobody cares about this except for a few people that have mental illness, probably on Twitter.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about this. And the fact that the game is being designed and changed in a way that accommodates those people takes us away from a fantasy world. And now this world is curated and controlled and censored in a way to make the sensitivities of the most unreasonable people on the internet happy. And I think that's ridiculous. And I want to make it very clear, this does annoy me. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is like whenever they changed Enslaved Demon to, what was it? Subjugate Demon. Yeah, they changed it from Enslaved Demon to Subjugate Demon. This is the idea of Blizzard fixing problems. This is the idea of Blizzard making social commentary, making its way into its games. And yes, I see, here's another one here. I want to pull this one up too. Blizzard replacing the word blacklisted with blocklisted in their code.
Dude, they actually fixed racism, okay? Blizzard unironically fixed racism. We're not blacklisting something, we blocklisted. What the fuck?
This is insane. It's satire. Yes, I wish it was satire. I hope whoever makes these decisions doesn't work there for as little amount of time as possible. Like, just please get that person out of the company. Get these people out of positions of power that think that they are making changes and doing things like this. Industry standard, I work in tech, and we had to change blacklist to deny list in all of our code. Yeah, and the reason for that, here, let me explain why the reason for that is. The reason that you had to do that is because there are people out there that project themselves as authorities and subjects that have no credentials. And then these people try to create these rules and problems in order to create a need for themselves. These people are creating a need for themselves by finding problems that don't exist and then creating solutions as to solicit their own advice. I think that, like, the truth is that if I were to poll people, I think that like 95 to 99% of people think that this is ridiculous. Yes, block Temple, exactly. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And diversity and inclusion officers, yes, exactly. And the reason why they have things like this is there always has to be a next thing that they have to do. Because if they don't have a next thing that they have to do, then they lose their job. So they always, it is in a person's like that, it is in their best interest to continue seeking problems and continue finding things wrong, because doing that necessitates their existence at the company. Yes, it's job security.
It's so, dude, seriously? Oh my god. Amogana 2A had a Final Fantasy 14 survey 2 days ago regarding news and streamers. Did put you as my favorite. Oh, Final Fantasy 14 streamer content. Well, thank you. I don't even produce that much content for it, but you guys know I love it. So thank you. I appreciate it. You know, maybe they'll invite me to the media tour. Now that'd be something. Nah, dude, there's no way that they're gonna shell out for flying me out of Portugal, especially now. But yeah, this is completely and utterly ridiculous. Like, these people are just, they're just crazy. There's literally something wrong with them that they have to look for every little thing, and they have to make it about race. Like, everything that happens anywhere needs to be about race and gender and all of these other nonsenses. And it's just infiltrating gaming in such a terrible, terrible way. It's completely whatever. It's like it's a ripple from Anita Sarkeesian or something. Like, the fact that she did all those feminist frequency videos and a bunch of people that don't even play video games actually watch them, and that somehow is getting projected nowadays. Except it's not just about you know, the female problems. I mean, it is in part about the female problems with the paintings and all that, but it's also going into race and all these other things. Like, geez, okay, look. Then they say that people were racist towards orcs in Dungeons and Dragons as well. Wasn't that a thing? Not even that long ago. Like, let me tell you right now, whenever I'm playing a fantasy game, my character is absolutely racist towards greenskins. It is. And if anybody's offended by that, that's too fucking bad. That's just too fucking bad. That's the way that I like to roleplay my character. He does not like orcs. He does not like greenskins. Because, you know, if you think about it, dwarves have been, in most fantasy scenarios, dwarves have been consistently assaulted by orcs and goblins. Therefore, it makes roleplay sense that me, if I'm roleplaying as a dwarf warrior, I hate goblins and orcs. I don't care if they change their ways. That's just the way that I roleplay. I don't give a damn. I hate greenskins. It is what it is.
Security. And this is
Does that mean that I'm also a racist in real life? No. I don't hate anyone in real life. Well, I hate a couple of people, but it's not because of their race.
Was saying before, and let's talk about the actual changes. Let's talk about the let's get back to the titties. The fact is that I've thought a lot about a way to describe why I think this is so pathetic, and I've found this is the best analogy that I can possibly say. It's like whenever you have, you know, like guys that as soon as they can't, like, let's say there's a guy who every single time a girl gets up, he sniffs the girl's chair or something weird like that. And then you tell him not to do that. And he says, well, I guess I just won't talk to women anymore then. Well, I guess I won't look.
There's people who do this? I don't think I've ever seen an example of this. Someone actually sniffing someone else's chair. What exactly are the... I've never done this. What the fuck I am? Okay. I've never seen anyone. This example just feels like it feels incredibly specific.
Look at women anymore. I won't talk to women anymore. This is like Blizzard. Because they have no social awareness, no social intelligence to know where the line is and what people are okay with and not okay with. They overcorrect to such a ridiculous degree that it ends up shaming women for their bodies.
Yep.
Because they have no fucking idea how to act. The people that are working at this company are fucking morons. The people making these decisions are fucking morons. See, here's the reason why. Again,
on this topic of like sexualization of female characters and skimpy clothing and all of that stuff, let me just tell you that, you know, when my YouTube channel was at its most successful stage was around the launch of Monster Hunter World, and I actually received a significant amount of comments from female gamers, or at least identifying themselves in the comment section as females, and they were saying that as females, they were upset over the fact that Monster Hunter World did not have enough sexy armor options. So it's like, I would wage that there's a large percentage of women that actually appreciate being able to sexualize their characters in video games. It's just up to the game to also give them options not to do it. There should be a balance of both things. There should be sexualized characters, both male and female, and non-sexualized characters, both male and female. I think that you should strike a balance. Because at the end of the day, it's not like World of Warcraft is intended to be played by 6-year-olds. Venom Punk, I think both genders should be sexualized. Give me Conan-style boys with loincloths and titty armor.
Game like Final Fantasy and a game like many of these other games, can have characters that are overtly sexual, and it's not a problem. It's very simple. It's because they have male characters that are also sexual. It's because they don't treat it like this.
Listen, you want to know the character that has the most sexual power, the male race with the most sexual power in fucking World of Warcraft? It's the dwarves, dude. Have you ever seen a dwarf without a shirt in World of Warcraft? Dude, it's just like they're fucking ripped. They're fucking ripped as fuck, dude. Dwarves are ripped as fuck. I guarantee you that dwarves are actual fuck machines in World of Warcraft. You understand me? I was about to say dwarves don't fuck around, but that's exactly what they do. Built like bricks. Dude. Dwarves have the most sexual power in World of Warcraft, all right? They have the same amount of muscle in a smaller package. Exactly. That's why they're shredded, dude. They're fucking shredded. How can you see their muscles when it's all covered by the beard? Oh, don't you worry. They'll pull that beard back. You don't have to worry about that. Dwarves are hung like Arizona tea cans. I don't know that reference, but I'll take it.
Really weird thing. It's because they don't have ongoing lawsuits that go on for years and years and years, where executive vice presidents at the company are harassing women.
Okay, I'll Google an Arizona tea can. I probably shouldn't do this. Arizona tea can. I don't think this is what you mean. I don't think that this is what you mean. Is this what we're talking about? Is this supposed to be big? The tall boy cans? Is this what we're talking about? How big is this? Can I see like a comparison? Okay, Arizona tea can size. Holy shit. Oh my God. What the fuck? Okay. All right.
Massively public. Now, obviously, it happens all over the place. However, these companies think that by changing this, they solve the problem, and they don't. I hate to break it to them, but there are a lot of women who like to sexualize themselves. There are a lot of women who like seeing other sexy women. A lot of the female cat girls that you see in lingerie, chainmail, heel armor with like bikini bottoms on, these are women. These are women that are wearing these things and using these clothes.
A lot of them are also probably men, but yes, I believe there will also be women.
Right? They do that because they think that it's cool and they think it's sexy and they like looking good. It's the same reason why guys take pictures with their shirt off with their muscles like, damn, I look really fucking good, right? This is not something to be, looked down on and to...
I can't, dude, that would be unattractive as fuck if I were to do that.
Be considered weird or anything like that. This is the human condition in its most pure form. And the idea that these kinds of things have to be sheltered and removed and hidden because of some sort of problem. These pictures are not why women in the office were getting abused. These pictures were not why women are getting fired for being in maternity leave, why they're trying to breastfeed their child and then told to leave the room so it can be used for a conference. This is just simply not why this happens. It's for something else. And to
it's virtue
even
signaling.
Correlate the two,
100%
I think is
virtue
just such
signaling.
a massive misrepresentation of the problem that it's actually insulting to the people who are victims of it. Like, imagine being an employee at Blizzard or being a former employee at Blizzard who's had to suffer through this in a real way, and you see the way that they're solving the problem is by changing pictures. It's insulting. It's completely insulting. And on top of that, to the players, players like looking at hot women with big titties. That's what people like doing. That's why you see so many of these games like Genshin Impact, so many of these games that don't have this like Western puritanical value of it's like this reactionary puritanical value where sexuality is bad and the pursuit of sexuality is somehow like predatory or perverted or bad or something like that.
Not to mention that this is how you end up with a lot of people being creepers, because quite simply, you keep shielding these subjects from people. Like, and this is actually a much more serious topic, like even outside of World of Warcraft, but you end up shielding everybody from these types of things, right? It's like, oh no, we can't talk about sexualization. And then you have a bunch of people that just don't know how to properly address a woman. They don't fucking know. They have no fucking idea. Because like everybody keeps telling them, oh no, you don't approach women like this. You don't approach women like, well, fucking, teach them something. I'll tell you right now, I was awkward as fuck the first time I approached my wife. I had no fucking idea. I had no fucking idea what the fuck I was doing. She did most of the work. I'll tell you that right now. She was the one who actually approached, because I didn't know what to do. Yeah, dude, it's the truth. It's 100% the truth. And I'll tell you right now, after I began dating the person who is now my wife, after I began dating her, I became a much more confident human being because I actually knew how to properly talk to women, which interestingly enough is just like you would talk to anybody else. It's not awkward at all. But society actually makes it so like when you're talking to, at least for me growing up, it seemed like you talking to someone from the opposite sex was something that was like so unthinkable almost that it's like every time that I would even think to approach someone of the opposite sex, I would think about this fucking unimaginable fucking mountain that I would have to climb in order to reach some kind of like obscene standard or something like that. When in reality, you just have to treat them with respect. That's it. That's fucking it. But no, we keep like fucking sheltering and not talking about sexuality and all of this. And what you end up with is people that like me when I was younger, I would look at all of this like making a fucking, like climbing top Everest before I could even speak to a woman, right? And what you end up with is a bunch of like fucking creepers that will never even approach a woman because they think they're not worthy or for whatever reason. And so instead, because they know this like, oh, I'm never going to be good enough or whatever, they just end up acting like fucking creepers and peeping Toms and all of this shit because they're like, well, this is something that is just not meant for me. It's never going to be. And it's like there's a serious societal problem with people not actually addressing any of these issues appropriately with people at younger ages. And they should. I'm not talking about, talking to your son about porn, but, talking to them like how to approach a woman and how to like, listen, you just talk to her. Just have a conversation like you would talk to any of your other friends. And it's fine. It's weird. It's really fucking weird the way that society does things. And I kind of feel like it clearly wasn't always like this, but it's most likely because of people that have like these things like, like, oh no, we gotta hide the boobs, gotta hide. These are probably the type of people that go like, no, you can't just like come up to a woman and talk to her. It's weird. It's like, even get me started on that.
It's just, I think people are fucking tired of it. They're tired of being patronized by nerds who clearly can't have any degree of compromise in sexuality in their games. This does not help women. This is not, and also like we're not talking about some girl with like, basketball titties who's walking around and, like she's the main character of the story, right? This is a reasonable body image, right? There are a lot of women who actually look like this in real life. They're basically telling women to cover up. Well, not only are they telling women to cover up, but they're saying that not covering up is inherently bad, because by removing something like this from the game retroactively, what you're saying is that adding it into the game originally was bad, or that somehow things have changed in a way that wearing clothes like this is unacceptable, which is not true. Do you know what they should have done? They should have kept this one and added a version of a guy wearing no shirt too. That's what they should have done. That's what Final Fantasy does. And everybody's fine with it. Nobody's mad about this at all. Nobody's like, and like other guys don't really give a shit about it. It's completely fine. And I can see a lot of people talking about this, a lot of people that are annoyed. Yeah, this is another example. They had to cover up Jaina's boobs too. Because obviously, you know, there's nothing that says female empowerment like telling them that they can't wear certain clothes. I think there's some countries
I can't believe this was a thing.
Have that they do that now, and yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it?
Isn't this like it is in the Middle East, where they basically demand that women like wear a hijab the whole time, and they're not allowed to, you know, reveal any? They can't, like, dude, if women in certain countries in the Middle East would like do a midriff, good God, Lord help them. Lord help them if they show some midriff. Jesus Christ, they'll get stoned and raped. And you know, it'll actually be like a good thing in a lot of those circles, in a lot of those societies. That's actually socially acceptable. It's like, you are just fucking asking for it. You're just fucking... This is Blizzard basically supporting those ideologies. Cover up women. Otherwise, you're asking to be raped. Jesus Christ, dude. Silent Sound, thank you very much for being grossing with us for 6 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Angry Scott's that 23. Thank you very much for being grossing with us for 11 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Venom Punk, Blizzard sexually abuses its employees and now starts building the case for itself to start lecturing people on not being sexually abusive. Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh, man.
Why is it about women? Women take the same shit? Because it is about women, man. Like, come on, shut the fuck up. Like, I know what happens to anybody, and it should be taken seriously to anybody, but, like, let's be fucking real, man. Like, this happens to women, like, fucking 19 times out of 20 in terms of, like, the sexual harassment. It's one-sided. You gotta look at both issues. Well, I think that but there is no both issues. They're not changing male characters. They're changing female characters. Here's the thing. Like, let's say they make Illidan. I think Illidan's a good example because he'll probably be in the story later on. If they make Illidan skinnier and thinner and, you know, they give him a caved-in chest like I have and they make him balding a little bit, I'm going to say, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Like, that's not Illidan. Illidan has been at war for 10,000 years. This guy's got a physique of Mr. Olympia. He's a fucking 10,000-year-old elf that 1v1s a Naru and squares up with a Titan. Like, I don't want to see you. Don't nerf his fucking biceps. Don't nerf his forearms. What the fuck do you think you're doing? So, listen, at Thor, that's another example. Yeah, like, they make Thor a strongman instead of an actor, and people lose their fucking minds. What I'm saying here is that if they do this to men, I'll feel the exact same way. Do you remember? Now I'm pissed off. I'm gonna bring something else up too.
Yeah, let's go.
Do you remember 2 years ago, whenever I said that every woman in WoW was crazy or nuts? Do you remember that? I said every single girl in the whole story is fucking crazy. In one way or another, they're fucking crazy. And just now, in the past like 2 weeks, people are saying, hey, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Why is every woman in the fucking story nutso? Why isn't there some woman who's just able to behave rationally and without this like crazy level of emotion or anything psycho like that, right? Like Sylvanas, Jaina, Tyrande, getting mad and doing stupid things. It's patronizing. It's because they don't know how to write women, because they don't have any that work there, and the ones they do work there quit because they got sexually harassed. And they don't know any women personally besides probably their mom, so they don't know how to write a female character without making them either overtly sexual or insane, because those are the two different things to know about women. They're hot and they're crazy. That's it. People are tired of accepting bullshit. And I think this is probably this is the turning point for a lot of people in the WoW community.
Oh my God.
And as I said, I think this is the work of nerdy guys who have no idea how to interact with women. And the only way that they can interact with women and be respectful to them is to completely remove their sexuality entirely. That and keep in mind, this is being said by me. Yeah, the toothless, balding degenerate that lives at his mom's house. I think this. That's bad. I'm afraid of what they'll do to Illidan's Den of Mortal Delights. This is ridiculous, and I say that as a female player. Well, they're probably going to get rid of it. They'll rename the Den of Mortal Delights to the Cosby Suite. Oh man. Yep, there you go, man. Rip boob slider for sure. Yeah, yeah, this is there. There's no boob slider anymore. Yeah, I saw this. I opened this up. I saw this. Here's it's a leak actually from 9.2. This is the new female preset. This is going to be coming out in patch 9.2. People are asking for tier sets back, and you know, we wanted to use something a little bit different, a little bit more unique and special, and so this is where we're at. This is what we're getting. What is this here? Why not peaches and bananas? Okay, dude.
Fruit, fruit. Tits, tits. Plant, plant. It's the fucking same.
Yes, Captain. Watch this. As I explained, this is the work of Adrian Hanlon. Masterwork. Understatement.
Oh, God.
Fruit, fruit. Tits, tits.
Yeah.
I look this down.
That's just about fucking right. World of Warcraft. You know what the real joke in here is? Is the fact that they think that World of Warcraft Classic isn't going to have this exact same shit happen to it. Reposted by request. Thanks from an ex-Blizzard dev. I worked at Blizzard for 3 years ago. 3 years over a decade ago. First as QA, then as a designer. As a designer, I worked directly on Team 2 and WoW, under people mentioned by name in the lawsuit. While my treatment was not nearly as horrific as what many other people have shared, I was a victim too. I was made to think that we were the best in the world, and that what was turned against me to tear down. And then that was turned against me to tear me down. My work started to falter under the impossible deadlines and abusive treatment by management. Nobody ever laid a hand on me or yelled at me, but I had a complete nervous breakdown and quit rather than face the possibility of being judged and fired. My time there left me traumatized, and for years I blamed myself, thinking that I failed because of my weakness. This year's events have helped me finally accept that I was exploited and abused by Blizzard management, and that I'm not alone. Asmongold, you've given me the validation that I've needed for years. Your coverage has been brutal and uncompromising, and it should be. Look. I will always do that. All right? Like, I will always be as brutal and uncompromising as ever. It's what I do. Okay. I'm going to look at this, and I want to move on.
Oh, we got the
She's
Zeppla
sexy,
one
and
as well.
She knows it, and she just doesn't care.
Yep.
And I loved it then. I love it now. And it really bothers me that they're sending. I feel like they're sending this message that, like, for women to feel safe, their bodies need to be hidden. Like, for us to promote a safer environment for women, their bodies better be hidden, because otherwise, just looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, everybody thinks this thing. Like, everybody thinks this. There are a few people on Twitter that are strawmanning it and saying, oh, gamers are mad about this because they're sweaty and they're losers and they jerk off to pixels. Well, the second two are true. Like, yeah, definitely. But this is not, everybody thinks this. Yeah, so what? Yeah, so? Does this mean we're wrong?
While we're on that topic, can people stop using gamers as like a pejorative term? Like somehow, oh my God, you play video games? Ugh, I can't believe you do that. Like some fucking motherfucker that like watches TV for like 8 hours of his day is gonna have the fucking gall to come and lecture a gamer about playing video games. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking either watching your favorite sport, whatever, which is not a bad thing, but how dare you? How fucking dare you? It's so ridiculous, dude. The whole idea that like, oh, gamers are bad, gamers are evil. No, it's like literally every other single community in the fucking world. There's good apples and there's bad apples. It's like every community in the world, gaming or otherwise. There's good apples and there's bad apples. Jesus fuck. Get the fuck out of here.